Why are you taking this off? Fine!
Put your hands behind your back.
Stop!
Put,
Stop! Stop!
put your hands behind your back. Okay, well,
The video shows body cam footage from a confrontation with police in Brookings, Oregon. Jennifer Gaymon, a disabled lady, was detained by police for riding her mobility scooter on the sidewalk without a helmet. Jennifer, however, was well within her rights to use the sidewalk for her scooter because she is a disabled citizen. The cops, alas, had a different take on the situation.
Okay, well, I'm trying to get my camera on real quick. Okay, so let you know, conversation being recorded. Are you able to turn that music down a little bit just so we can talk better?
Right now.
Okay.
I just want to go home. It's freezing.
It is
Yo,
cold.
why are you stopping me then? I've been
Okay,
riding this thing for over 2 years
I'm
now.
gonna explain it to you in a second. We're stopping you because you're on a sidewalk with it.
Yeah,
you rode
because
through
it
a
is
crosswalk.
it's a legal thing on the sidewalk. Look it up. It's a mobile scooter. It's a fucking mobile scooter.
Okay.
It's an electronic scooter.
Yeah, it's a mobile scooter. Okay, do you understand what that means? It's my mobile scooter. It's how I get around. I don't have a car.
Quickly, Jennifer called the police and explained that she was a pedestrian because of her scooter. The uninformed officers, however, continued to approach even after she explained the situation. Officers kept calling it an electronic scooter, most likely so they could write her a ticket.
Yeah, it's like Iris. He goes on. Yeah, because I'm getting pissed off.
Why are you?
Because I want to go home. You guys are pulling me over for no reason.
We're on
It's like
lawful traffic
Iris. It's like Iris. You know Ira, the blue guy with the guy who's riding her? It's exactly like his, except it's got 2 seats. That's all it is.
It's an electronic
Why?
scooter.
Exactly.
Do you deny that it's electronic scooter?
It's not electronic scooter, and I can ride it on a sidewalk.
Is it gas powered?
No, it's not gas.
Okay.
I
So
gotta
it's
go.
electronic.
I'm cold. You guys are cold.
You're not free to leave.
Yeah, I am.
No, you're
No, you're
not.
not.
Yeah, I am, because you legally cannot stop me.
You're lawfully detained right now. You are
For what?
literally on a lawful
For
traffic
what?
stop. You see those red and blue lights?
For what, though?
Are you going to
Give
let
me-
him explain it?
Yeah, because you don't have a reason to. You guys are legally, you're taking my disability act and you're throwing it in the garbage.
I have no
This is
idea
my
what you're talking
disability scooter. This is how I get around, and you know that. You've seen me many times around this town riding it.
about. Okay, are you going to let him explain to you why you're actually on a lawful traffic stop?
Okay, so we stopped you because it was actually looked up before, okay? You can't ride this in a crosswalk and on the sidewalk.
Are you kidding me? So the mobile scooters that ride around here, all these old people can't ride them on the sidewalk?
Nope, not according to the Oregon Department of Transportation. I'll look it up for you, just so you can know that I'm not messing with you. He's not messing
Okay, so I'll let everybody know that you guys have bad laws in this town, and that people
It's
that have
Oregon.
disabilities.
It's an Oregon
No, you know
Department
what?
of
That's disabilities. Okay? These people ride these scooters for disability. You want them riding on the streets so they get hit by a car? You kidding me?
I don't make the rules.
Yeah, well.
Grab some information.
Jennifer was lawfully arrested and police asked her to see her identification before releasing her. Jennifer was at first hesitant to give her ID, but in the end she did so to speed things up. Several tickets, mostly for driving offenses, were written for Jennifer by the police over the course of around 15 minutes.
I know I've had a citation. Thank you. You're not doing your job. You're not going to be protecting because most of those people are
trying to issue a citation right now.
Okay, come on, hurry up.
Which is actually causing me to pay more attention and address aggressiveness, which is so I'm trying to reach you around and you're going to jail. You understand? What date is the get locked?
Yeah, of course it did.
The 6th of December.
Yes. I'll double check just to make sure since it didn't bleed through.
Jennifer was followed by the police all the way to her house, where they remained stationed the entire time. Jennifer was forcefully arrested after police arrived at her garage and filed charges of disorderly behavior and eluding arrest.
Why are you taking this off? Fine!
Put your hands behind your back.
Stop! Stop! Stop!
Put your hands behind
I
your back.
didn't do anything wrong. I was going to take this home.
Okay, well, we disagree on that. You're under arrest.
Are you happy or not that I'm getting arrested?
He wasn't even there.
I'm getting arrested because I pissed myself, and this is a moment that I've been riding this around town for a month, years, if you guys know it.
Jennifer was shockingly found guilty on the felony counts and given a 5-day jail term and an 18-month probation period at first. Jennifer, however, decided to launch a lawsuit against the city of Brookings and appeal her conviction on the grounds that she had been wrongfully imprisoned and that her rights under the Disability Act had been infringed upon. The judge sided with Jennifer this time. Her conviction was overturned, and she received a $500,000 payout from the city of Brookings.
Enforcers of law who are tasked with maintaining public order, protecting individuals and property, and preventing and investigating crimes. That is what being a police officer means, or at least that's what they are trying to do. Instances have aroused where police officers have misused their authority, employed excessive force, and violated people's rights, particularly those from marginalized communities, leading to distrust and fear of law enforcement. Are they subjected to such power? What are the legal repercussions for them, however? And most of all, would they be treated differently when compared to the masses? Join us as we take a closer look at two of the most uncanny cases that could make question the judicial system as a whole. Our first case kicks off with the case of Harold Hill, which is just a perfect example of how our justice system can go wrong. This case definitely checks all the boxes, including a horrific rape and murder, as well as a mishandled conviction, you name it. So then what went about? Let's start with the so-called beacons of justice, Kenneth Bordeaux and John Halloran, the detectives who were assigned to the case and the beacons of law. They were the ones who managed to extract a confession from Peter Williams, who was later discovered to have been in custody when the crime was committed. How did they even produce a fabricated confession from someone who wasn't even present? Hill claims he was physically and mentally tortured until he confessed to crimes he didn't commit. Is this the kind of conduct we anticipate from our law enforcement personnel? The trial itself was held when Hill was 31 years old, despite the fact that he was only 16 at the time of the crime and was therefore tried as an adult. At this point, it's just not fair, and it's incomprehensible what Hill is going through. Given that neither of the defendants had a criminal history prior to the incident, this is an intriguing move by the prosecution. Hill and Young were given a life without parole sentence after the jury found them guilty of the murder. However, 13 long years later, DNA tests showed that neither of the defendants' cellular components found under Kathy Morgan's fingernails, nor the hair found at the crime scene matched either of them. Imagine the sheer suffering Hill endured for something he didn't do. It continues to amaze me how Hill managed to hang on to his life. The prosecutors disputed the findings despite this evidence, claiming that the hairs had nothing to do with the crime and that the cellular material might have come from sweat or drool that the recovery teams had left behind. Even in the face of such overwhelming evidence, it's shocking that the prosecutors were so resistant. Young was killed in a hit-and-run incident shortly after Harold and Young were finally let out of jail. This almost leads us to believe that this is almost a plot to clip both of them. Hill, on the other hand, accused the city of Chicago, the police, and the two detectives involved in the case of coercing a confession and violating his civil rights in a complaint he filed against them. The case was resolved for $1.25 million, of which Hill received $500,000 and the remainder was paid to the lawyers. It's surprising that the detectives were only asked to make a pitiful $7,500 payment for their roles in this whole fiasco. You think that's all? Wait until you hear this. It should be noted that Hill is currently serving a 27-year sentence after being found guilty once more of an unrelated charge of armed robbery. In spite of this, it is obvious that Harold Hill was let down by the legal system in the past. This case emphasizes the need for justice system reform to prevent erroneous convictions and make sure that those who abuse their power are held accountable. Starting with the investigation and continuing through the trial and conviction, the Harold Hill case is a tragedy of errors. Hill was wrongfully detained for 13 years And because the system made him a criminal, he was never given the opportunity to adapt to life outside of prison. He was completely screwed over by the system, and the police only received $7,500 each. When police officers commit acts like the ones they did, they should be imprisoned for a minimum of the same amount of time as the victims they imprison. Up next, we have an oddball in the form of Sergeant Mario Cardona versus Daniel Garza. After being thrown and pinned to the ground, Daniel Garza was rendered helpless. Officer Mario Cardona, a longtime friend of Garza's, was on the verge of breaking his wrist. Confronting a criminal and keeping him confined is one thing, but putting a civilian without a reason is shocking. Garza recalled, "I was trying to be a man and trying to hold in the pain, but man, that wrist lock hurts. He's just bending it and bending it." But why did Cardona go so far as to nearly break his wrist? His actions were apparently driven by rage toward Garza, whom he accuses of attempting to kidnap his stepdaughter. But are cops subjected to such an authority in the first place? It appears that the two men had a long history together because Garza had once dated Naomi Villanueva, the stepdaughter of Cardona. Villanueva left her parents' home to live with a friend because the relationship had reached its breaking point. However, Villanueva was allegedly taken from her friend's home in May 2015 by Garza without her consent and brought to her parents' residence in Whittier, where Cardona lived across the street. Garza was performing pilates in his garden when Cardona saw him and told him to go to the street. Cardona started his assault as soon as Garza sat down. Garza claimed that he was not the aggressor, and a neighbor who saw the incident attested to Garza's innocence. As soon as they arrived on the scene, the sheriff's deputies saw redness on Garza's face, bruises and abrasions on his knees, and redness on his wrist. After Garza complained about Cardona, the city of Los Angeles, Chief Beck, and Cardona were named as defendants in a federal lawsuit. Garza claimed that he had been the victim of a false arrest, an arbitrary search and seizure, overuse of force, an assault and battery, negligence, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. The trial also featured a video of the incident captured by one of Garza's neighbors. They had made up a story of what had happened to make him look like a hero, and me look like a criminal, Daniel Garza. The hearing was presided over by U.S. District Judge Stephen V. Wilson, who heard former Deputy City Attorney Michael Amarian speak in defense of the city. Cardona was found to have acted maliciously as an off-duty officer by the jury, and on June 26, 2017, he was ordered to pay Garza $210,000 in damages. In addition, the court added $664,000 in attorney's fees and $26,000 in post-trial costs. The city of L.A. refused to take responsibility for Cardona's actions and even refused to indemnify the officer, forcing him to pay for the charges out of his pocket. Jim DeSimone, Garza's attorney, claims, "This is the problem with the LAPD. This is why people are out on the street." The incident serves as an example of how police can abuse people and get away with it. In this instance, however, Garza was able to confront the authorities who had infringed upon his rights and prevail in his lawsuit against Cardona. It is clear that police officers cannot get away with using excessive force against citizens after the jury found Cardona guilty of malice. It is important to note that this case also emphasizes how crucial it is for citizens to be aware of their rights and to speak out against law enforcement when they believe those rights have been violated. Garza's decision to accuse Cardona of using excessive force and file a complaint against him demonstrates that people can take legal action to stop police brutality. What do you think of these cases? Which do you think is most unfair? Sound off in the comments below and make sure to let us know if we missed out on anything. While you are at it, make sure to hit that subscribe and leave a like to never miss an update from us. Thanks for watching.
Here is Orlando police pulling over the wrong one.
You're good. What agency you with?
I'm the state attorney.
This is Aramis Ayala, the first black state attorney elected in the state of Florida.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Your tag didn't come back. Never seen that before. I'm sorry? Yeah. We're good now.
So it was.
We ran a tag. I've never seen it before. A Florida tag. It's never come back to anything before. So that's the reason for the stop.
Befuddled with the officer's reason, she asks a simple follow-up.
What was the tag run for?
I'm sorry?
What was the tag run for?
Oh, we run tags all the time, whether it's the traffic lights and that sort of stuff. That's how we figure out if, cars are stolen and that sort of thing. Also, the windows were really dark. I don't have a tint measurer, but...
You can see Ayala smirking, because she knows what's up.
That's another reason for the stop.
Can I have cards on you?
Yeah, 1 second, please. Actually, this isn't my...
In a video that recently emerged, Orlando police can be seen pulling over Aramis Ayala, the first black state attorney elected in Florida. Ayala, clearly surprised and confused, questions the reason behind the traffic stop. The officer responds by mentioning that they ran the license plate as part of a routine procedure. Ayala firmly denies any violation of laws and asserts that her license plate and tinted windows are in full compliance with Florida law. Despite her explanation, the video has sparked outrage among some viewers who argue that the traffic stop was racially motivated, implying racial profiling is the reason behind it. This incident has gained significant national attention with news outlets covering the story. Furthermore, it became a part of an ongoing lawsuit involving Ayala and Governor Rick Scott. The lawsuit raises questions about the justification behind Governor Scott's decision to remove Ayala's office from 21 first-degree murder cases, including the trial of accused police killer Markeith Lloyd.
Oh, you kind of match the suspect in the description of what I'm looking for. What's your name? What's your name? Why? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Okay. Well, like I said, just come here. We're trying to figure this out, man.
Working out? Serious?
Do what?
I'm working out. I'm doing a run.
I just got a call for a family violence.
Dude.
What's your name, dude?
I'm not giving you my name. I'm just here working out.
Okay, if that's all it is, I
Then
just
let
need
me
to get your
go.
name. That's not. I need to know your
I'm not
name.
giving you my name. I don't have to give you my name.
The San Antonio Police Department pulled this on an innocent man.
Okay, why are you acting like this, man?
Because I'm working out and you're bothering me. I'm being bothered on a
Because
fucking
you
normal
match the
run.
description of
I don't
somebody that
care
just
what
choked your
description.
girl.
I don't care what description. I just want to do my damn run.
All I need to know is your name.
Hey, damn, dude. I can't do a damn run.
All I need to know is any kind of information you got.
I don't have any information to give to you. I'm
What's
on
your
the
name?
run.
What's your name then?
You're not getting that information.
Okay, well then you're gonna be detained right now, okay?
Okay, for what?
For being a suspect of family violence until I figure out who you are. Okay. I'm gonna put you in the back of my car, okay? Since you wanna act like that.
No, I'm gonna be right here.
No, you're not. You're going to the back of my
I
car
want to
until I
sit
get
right
this
here. I
figured out.
didn't do anything. I want to sit right down in the grass.
You're gonna go in the car.
In another incident, a man is seen being detained by San Antonio Police Department officers. The man questions why he's being detained, to which officers respond that he matches the description of a suspect involved in a family violence case. The man asserts his innocence and refuses to provide his identification, stating that he is working and being bothered unnecessarily.
Doing
All I
wrong.
needed to know was your name. That
So,
was it.
did I break a rule?
Any kind of ID or anything on you.
Don't touch me, bro. I don't set to a search.
I'm not searching you. I'm just
You're
fixing
touching me. No, you're not fixing me. You're touching my shorts and going to my...
Why are you acting like this, man? All
Why
I
do
need
you
to know
think?
is your name.
Why do you think?
Because I just got a family violence call and my
Okay.
victim said that you matched the suspect.
Well-
You're not under arrest. You're just being detained right now. All I need to know is your info, and that was it. We'll get you out of here. But if you want to play like this, it's just going to be a long run, man. So, where do you live at? No. Not going to answer me. Why? Why?
The officers attempt to search the man, but he resists, insisting that they have no right to search him. The situation escalates as the officers forcefully try to place the man in their patrol car while he continues to protest his innocence. The man mentions that he's a lawyer and records the encounter live on Facebook to ensure transparency.
Look, I'm a lawyer, man. I don't have to cooperate whatsoever with you. If you want to take me in, please do. 1 second. Alright, so we're recording this live. I don't trust the cops whatsoever. Sorry, that's just my opinion. I'm not going to provide you any information, sir.
Okay. Ma'am, what's your name?
Do not cooperate. I'm a lawyer.
Can I understand you have video of what happened earlier, sir?
Yep, posted live on Facebook for everybody.
What's the Facebook account supposed to know?
I'm not providing you any information.
And your birthday, ma'am?
Do I have to give you?
You do not.
Okay. You want your card back, man? Okay. All right. You guys have a good day, okay?
The person who was a witness came to the station and told them he didn't like what he saw and uploaded it online afterwards. The officers came back for his name and birthday, but he refused to give it to them. The man records the encounter live on Facebook and expresses his distrust of police. The conversation ends with the officers returning the man's identification card and allowing him to leave, while he asserts his rights and states that he does not trust the police. Now let's move to another video.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back, now!
Okay.
Now!
Okay, it's behind my back, sir.
In a recent incident in Pittsburgh, a police officer named Paul Abel found himself in a humiliating situation that was captured on camera.
You didn't listen! I told you to go away!
I didn't do it.
You didn't want to listen!
You told me to go away for what reason?
Dude, I don't have to sit here and have
Did
conversations
I
with
commit
you.
a crime?
Did I tell you to give me your ID?
Ma'am, I'm on...
Bystanders who witnessed the incident began to question Officer Abel's actions and demanded an explanation as to why he was making an arrest without any apparent justification.
Hey.
Why is he under arrest?
Dude, I'm hacked. Can you please tell me?
I know this kid since he was 3 years old.
I don't care.
Okay?
Can you please tell me what I'm under arrest
Would
for?
you sit down?
Okay.
Get down on the ground.
Can you please tell me what I'm under arrest for, sir?
Failure to disperse.
Disperse for what reason?
Failure to disperse.
During the incident, Officer Abel was accused of using a taser on an individual and conducting an illegal search of a bystander's bag.
3806, Abel, please walk away. Give me space.
Please
No,
keep
I don't want to
recording.
walk away.
Please keep recording.
Sure.
Walk
We
back
got
in.
it.
We know his sister, his
I don't
father.
know,
He's
sir, I
a
don't
member of
care.
his community. He works at the
Sir,
JC. What's the problem is?
This is out of
He
hand.
decided to be disrespectful to me.
He's allowed to do
That's,
that.
yeah, he's allowed to
It doesn't
be.
matter. Stop for a
Yeah.
moment.
No.
Okay.
it
You're
doesn't
being
matter, man.
absolutely out of hand.
I'm not allowed to tell you what he did.
detain
You
him
want
for
to know
being
what he did?
disrespectful.
Then
Yeah.
walk away. If you don't want to know what he did, then walk
Please,
away.
sir.
I want to know what he
Go
did.
ahead.
What did he do?
Are you going to interrupt me again?
Here's what you said he did.
I told
He
him to
said-
walk away. He kept blocking the entrance. I said it
That's not
3 times.
Okay.
Wouldn't move.
Is it a public thoroughfare? Is
Sure.
it private property?
Right now it is.
These actions raise concerns about police brutality and the disregard for the experiences of minorities, as the incident occurred in the context of ongoing discussions about the mistreatment of marginalized communities by law enforcement. What further amplifies these concerns is Officer Abel's history of controversial incidents. In one instance, he mistakenly assaulted an innocent person after pursuing someone he believed had assaulted him in a bar. The individual was ultimately found to be the wrong person, but Officer Abel faced no legal consequences for his actions. The city, however, did pay a civil settlement of around $45,000. In a recent incident,
You shouldn't engage him no information. That's illegal. This illegal search.
Did somebody else stop you today?
Don't worry. No, he ain't got to answer no questions. He ain't got to answer no questions.
Just so you know, I got a body camera.
It don't matter. It ain't on though right now. You didn't press the button. I know law, bro. If you ain't committing no crime, you ain't got no business right here asking no question, interrogating them. This is a legal detain. What crime was committed? Who would they say was watching? Who they said that did it? Who are you looking for? What's the person's name? What's the description of the person, officer? What's your badge number? What's your badge number?
Rosenbaum 161.
161? Okay. I'll be calling your office. They know who I am, Toy Battle. You have suspicion?
I'm not stopping.
You have suspicion? Well, you ain't supposed to ask that, though, because you're running them right now in leads.
You're free to go right now.
Yeah, you is free to go. He is free to go. He always free to go. And don't ask somebody else on how with their name without them committing crimes. That is illegal. Y'all time is almost up. All right? Don't ask nobody their name and their ID. That's illegal.
Everybody good out here?
Yeah, everybody always good out here. We only good when you ain't out here manipulating people. Have a nice day. Stop scanning people's names. Find some real criminals.
police officer was caught harassing black men, and the entire incident was recorded. The person who recorded the incident demonstrated a deep understanding of their rights and courageously questioned the officer's actions. The video serves as a stark reminder of the pervasive issue of racial injustice and police brutality that occurs on a daily basis. The incident also draws attention to Colin Kaepernick, a prominent figure who protested against racial injustice by taking a knee during the national anthem. Kaepernick's activism led to the establishment of the Know Your Rights campaign, which aimed to educate and empower individuals, particularly youth, on interacting with law enforcement and understanding their rights. Other instances of racial profiling and injustices faced by black individuals. One such case is Michael Bennett, a professional football player who was wrongly accused of injuring a paraplegic woman during the Super Bowl. Despite new video evidence clearing his name, Bennett's case exemplifies the challenges faced by black individuals in the face of racial profiling. There are so many issues that are unaddressed.